I know you told me also you worked on a Netflix show, Casa de Papel, or in English, it's Money Heist, and
Yeah.
originally recorded in Spanish. Um, and I started watching it. I don't think I've gotten to the part where because there's actually quite a lot of episodes. Um, I don't think I've
Yes.
got to the part where you are working with the dog, but maybe you could tell me a little bit about what you were trying to get a brand new dog on the show to do something in a scene. What was going on there?
Well, the Danish production company got hired because Money Heist was coming to Denmark because it happens all over the world in different seasons.
Okay.
We were during the COVID-19, so it was a very interesting time to get, into Denmark there from Spain, and Spain didn't do very well during the COVID-19. And then I was called to cast we call it Grand Danois.
A Great Dane.
A Great Dane, yeah.
Big dog.
The very big dog, and I was like, yeah, I can do, sure, I can do that, and I posted it on my Facebook, and I got like massive with emails, with dog moms that wanted their dogs to become the next star, and I didn't even know it was La Casa de Papel. I just thought it was like a mini TV series here in Denmark. And then I casted 5 dogs and sent it to the director and said, this is my recommendation, because I sense on these, because I did animal communication with all the dogs.
Oh, wow.
I sense that they are capable of being on a location with a lot of people. And then the director in Spain was so impressed by the work I did, because I sent them pictures of various dogs, different colors, different height, different weight. So they asked me if I could train the dog for one scene, and then 2, 3, 4, and it became 7 scenes. And then I asked them, so who am I working for? And they told me it was Money Heist, and I was very stoked about it.
You had heard of that before?
Oh yeah, and I've watched the show, and I love the show. It's very action-packed.
Yeah.
And I was very impressed that they were coming to Copenhagen. And then they arrived a week before we had to do, put it on tape. And then, one of the actresses became scared of the dog, which I've trained for a month. So we switched the dog out, because I said, okay, could we do a stand-in for just that, one scene? And then the director was like, no, let's exchange the dog. And I was like, I didn't train this dog, for the other scenes. And we had to go to shoot the whole scenes the next morning. And when I arrived on the location, I met a dog I have never met before. And I just had to do the telepathy thing. I have never been so stressed out in my entire life, because they didn't care about me not knowing the dog. They just wanted me to do it. The dog just needed to do it.
Wow. And what was the dog supposed to do?
One of the scenes was he had to eat a cake from a table. And now, a Great Dane, it can't just jump onto a table. And this was not trained to do it. It was trained not doing it, So I had to undo the training and get to learn it. Come on, jump on the floor, on the table. And it had to walk downstairs, but I had to change that scene with the director because it was too dangerous, because the actress had to walk with very high heels down the staircases, and it was pretty dangerous. So I said she needs to go up the stairs, and that you will see in the season 5 in the first episode. She's walking with that Great Dane, and I just did the scene 5 minutes before she took it.
Wow. And so how much time did you have with the dog before shooting?
5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so in 5 minutes, knowing you have to perform quickly, what did you do with the dog?
I only had these 5 minutes. I knew that I was going to be on location because they wanted me to be close to the actresses and the actors. So this is the reason why I'm in shortly in the Money Heist season. So I had to do, open all my senses and really connect with this animal. I had to connect with him So I was aware that he's following my leads, my signals, even though I'm not sitting with the leash. And this is why this is the biggest task I've ever done.
And the dog said yes. I mean, he was on board with you.
Yeah, because he felt safe. He didn't have a choice, you know, because I knew I have to pull this through. So what does this require from me to get him to feel safe? So I was constantly asking him, what do you need? What do you need? Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, then do it, you know.
And if you were feeling stressed, but you needed to be calm to work with him, how, did you compartmentalize that in some way? How do you do that?
Yeah, I guess because you have to do that also when I work as a clairvoyant or medium or just an animal communicator, I have to compartmentalize it. You said that, right?
Compartmentalize?
Yeah, compartmentalize that. Because I have to shut down my own thoughts. I have to shut down my own way of thinking and just be in the now. And this is why all animal owners out there love animals. It's because they are the reason to be in the now. You know, the animals are constantly seeking us to be in the nature with them. Otherwise, they have different personalities, you know, just as we do as human beings. And this is what I find so interesting working as a couple therapist or an animal communicator. Whenever we interact with another soul, human being or animal, it will do something that will provoke us. It will have a behavior that are a gift and a development task if we like to see it that way instead of being provoked about it.
Oh, let me see if I understand what you're saying. In all interactions, you're saying it creates a response in us, and sometimes that's when you say provoke, I think like maybe an unwanted response or a intense response. Is that right?
Yeah, provocative. Yeah. Yeah, and basically it's a projection. For example, if you are sensitive, shy, very low key about yourself, and you get an animal, a dog or a horse that are very dominant and, you know, requires a lot of attention all the time, it will become a very, very provocative task.
Gotcha.
Right. So the whole thing to learn about that is your own dominance or your own leadership instead of being provoked about an animal doing whatever it's doing. We are seeing the same thing with our children.
Okay. Okay. So you're talking about how to get an animal to do what you want, to show up as the leader in the relationship. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and I don't talk about a feisty leader with a violent intent at all. I talk about a true leader is a person who have such a high self-worth that it comes out of the energy and the aura from the person. You know, you kind of feel when you are in a room with people with authority, even though they don't say anything, or you kind of know, okay, I can totally bully this person. Not that you would, but you know, you just kind of sense this
Sure.
in people's magnetic field, you know.